In this video, we're going to look at evaluating algebraic expressions. So basically you will have an expression like this, algebraic expression, and then we just have to take the numbers and then plug them in. Now I'm going to show you how to do it to set it up, and then we're just going to type everything in Desmos to find the answer, okay? So to set this up, we're going to do square root. We're going to copy everything except for my variables. Instead of writing a squared, I will say parentheses squared, and then same thing here, parentheses squared. And inside of my parentheses, I will go ahead and plug in my numbers. So for a squared, which is -8, so that's -8 squared plus 6 squared. Once I have this, we can just go ahead and put this in Desmos. Notice I'm using the Desmos Virginia High School version, so all the features that are on here, you will have those when you take the SOL. Okay, so I'm just plugging it in exactly the way it is. There you go, that's 10. If I were to do this step by step, so this is -8 squared is negative times negative is positive, 8 times 8 is 64, so -8 times -8 is 64, plus 6 times 6 is 36. 64 plus 36 is 100, and then square root of 100 is 10. That's where they got that from. I'm not going to do it for every single one, but I just wanted to show you what Desmos did. What is the value of the expression 5 cube root of a, and then I'll just put parentheses, minus c square root of b. Just put a lot of different parentheses, but parentheses are especially important when you have negatives. So I just put parentheses for everything. All right, so a is 8, so I'll plug in 8 here, minus c is -4. See why that parentheses is important here, because of the negative. And then b is 16. Oh, and it keeps going. And then we also have the plus 9 here. There you go. So this is going to end up being 5. Cube root is right here in functions. And you got to scroll all the way down. It's right there. Okay. So cube root of 8 minus. So here, make sure to come out of the cube root symbol. Minus -4. What else? And then you have the square root of b. Square root of b. B is 16. And we need to come out of the square root right here. Plus 9. 35. Oh, that was not easy. I do want to show you quickly another way you can do this problem. You can go ahead and type in the expression in Desmos exactly the way it is, meaning with the variables. And without, you don't have to use parentheses at this point if you're doing just variables. So you have 5 cube root. Let me zoom in real quick. There is so here is my expression that I'm putting in here. 5 cube root of a. So cube root is down here. A, not putting parentheses, I'm using the actual variables. C, and then square root of b, come out of the radical, plus 9. And what Desmos does is it gives you all of these sliders. So what you can do is press all, and then go in and then just add the numbers that it's equivalent to. So we see that a is equal to 8. So I'm going to change the 1 to an 8. B is 16. But look at the next number, a letter it gave me was a C. So just be careful. It's not going to be B. I'm going to have to put C equals -4. And then B is 16. And then you can scroll back up and see Desmos takes everything, puts it in here for you, and then you get your answer. So either way that works for you, you can do it. Now for number 3, if I were to just plug it in for number 3, here's my expression right here. If I were to just plug it in Desmos, instead of using parentheses and all that, if I did x squared, absolute value, come out of the radical exponent, absolute value of y plus 5 plus cube root of -c. Now if you notice, it's not giving me a slider for x and y, it's only giving me a slider for z. Well, that's because Desmos thinks x and y is for graphing, not for plugging numbers in. So this method works only if you're not using x and y, okay? So I have to actually go ahead and change the x to parentheses, where x is 1/3. Change the y to parentheses, y is -14. And then I don't have to change the z, but I will anyway. Minus z, and then z is 125. The answer is -4, and I'm just going to have to type it in. Okay. This skill right here is super important, and then you will get good at it as long as you practice all of this, okay? All right. Number 4, what is the value of this? So you have A, B, and C, so that's good. I can go ahead and use this part in Desmos. So I have A, parentheses B minus C. And then press all, plug the numbers in. I'm going to go a little faster now. And then the answer is -2. Okay. And just a few more. Yeah, so you will definitely have one of these problems on your SOL, and I think that they won't make it an easy one. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a complicated one. So just be careful when you're doing these problems, okay? I think I'll go ahead and stop the video here. Everything else is pretty straightforward. That's just it. You just plug the numbers, variables, in Desmos. I'll post the answer key on Schoology. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks.